This is a breaking news alert from 24-Hour News 8.
Tonight, 4 fugitives on the run for nearly 2 weeks have been caught in a dramatic takedown out west in Colorado.
These 2 escaped inmates and their girlfriends had our communities on edge. They are all behind bars tonight. We were the first to break the news tonight that they were busted hundreds of miles away in Canyon City, Colorado, at the budget host Royal Gorge Inn. We do know that when police stormed into the motel, they found a meth lab in the suspect's room.
We have poured all of our resources into tracking down this story. You will hear from the U.S. Marshals Service about how they caught these 4.
You'll also hear compelling interviews with an eyewitness to an arrest and the mother of one of the girls on the run.
We want to begin our team coverage tonight with Ken Kolker. He knows how the marshals caught up with these guys out west. Ken?
Yeah, Brian, it's through the Fugitive Task Force says it was just a matter of good old-fashioned police work that led them to the suspects. It started with questioning the suspect's circle of friends and determining that Colorado was among the places they might be headed. Police said they were told that one of the suspects has an acquaintance there.
When we developed further information that we thought it was likely they were headed that way, we sent the whole case file out there.
They worked with the Marshals Service in Colorado, who worked with local police, first looking for that pickup stolen in Kokomo. They never found it.
The next logical spot is, where do these guys sleep?
Then they went motel to motel in Canyon City with photographs of the suspects.
We got a hit. They set up surveillance and watched this one motel for quite some time.
That was the budget host Royal Gorge Inn. Then this evening, they arrested the 2 men without incident.
They went down without a fight.
Then they arrested the girlfriends in a stolen car on the street in front of that motel. The marshals say it appears the car was stolen somewhere in Iowa. Police say that arresting the suspects was a high priority.
These guys basically were a 4-person crime wave in West Michigan over the last week and a half. So it was, and I don't think they stopped their crime wave across the western part of the U.S. as well.
Now, the marshals say that all 4 likely will face charges in Canyon City. It's not clear when they would then be extradited back to West Michigan. Live in the newsroom, Ken Kolker, 24-Hour News 8.
Ken, thank you. We are just learning new information about a meth lab being found in that motel.
Yeah, joining us now on the phone is David Ortiz from our affiliate in Colorado. David, you have been at that motel tonight. Set the scene for us. What are police saying about that meth lab?
I just got done talking with Canyon City Police. They are still at that hotel right now. They said as those 2 men were about to enter the hotel room, that's when they were arrested. Officers went inside the hotel room and discovered the active meth lab. Now, they had to immediately evacuate that hotel, shut it down. Luckily, there were only 3 other people inside, and they say no one was hurt. But officers did want to caution these fugitives posed a serious threat to the public. They did tell us that they were armed, although they would not go into detail about what type of weapons that they did have. They also told us that all 4, they believe, arrived in Canyon City sometime yesterday. So they had been here for about at least 24 hours. Now, all 4 suspects are currently being held at the Fremont County Justice Center here in Canyon City. That's the latest information. David Ortiz reporting. Brian and Sue, back to you.
Okay, thank you so much for the live report there from Colorado tonight. We appreciate that information. Now, here is a quick look at what led to today's arrest. Kenneth Grauman and Gregory Bradshaw escaped from a halfway house in Lake County nearly 2 weeks ago. After several sightings and close calls, they escaped with their girlfriends, and then they took off to Indiana. The last confirmed sighting before today was 1 week ago in Kokomo, Indiana, and then they headed west. Tonight, we talked with an eyewitness who watched the dramatic arrest go down. And 24-Hour News 8's Tom Hillen joins us in studio with her story now. Tom?
So the woman does not want to be identified. She was in Canyon City, Colorado, and watched as police made their move. She works at a nearby business and saw the 2 girls, Laura Grauman and 17-year-old Brittany Rector, get arrested. She says police drove up behind a silver car that had 2 women in it. The woman says police had their weapons drawn and forced them out of the car. Listen to her first-hand account of what happened tonight.
Don't move a muscle, you know, that kind of thing. And then they got the passenger out and kept the driver inside. And then when they got her out of the car, then they pulled out the driver, and she was literally face down kissing the ground. And she was banded behind her back, and then her feet were banded, so that she was not able to move, period.
That witness says she never saw the men arrested, but we have confirmed tonight that all 4 are in custody.
The families of the young women caught up in this mess have been wondering and watching just like you over the last few weeks. How would it end? Well, tonight, 24 Hour News 8 Steve Kelso's in Allegan talking with fugitive Laura Grauman's mom. Steve?
Yeah, good evening. We're outside of the Allegan City Police Department tonight because it was from here that Rick Hoyer, police chief here, told us first about these arrests. About 6 miles down the road here in a rural area of Allegan County lives Dawn Morse. She is Laura Grauman's mother and a distant cousin to Kenneth Grauman. She's had a sense of relief this evening. She had been concerned that things would end much worse. Good news for you tonight.
Yeah, they found her and she's not dead.
You had thought it might not turn out this way.
No, I was very afraid that they were going to call me and have me come and identify her body. It's been the worst 2 weeks of my whole life. We were all afraid it was going to end up bad.
Yeah, you know she's going to face criminal charges.
Yes, yes. Yep, at least she's alive.
They're caught. My girl is safe. That's the Facebook posting tonight from Judith Alexa. She is Brittany Rector's mom. I attempted to contact her by phone this evening. I was greeted by a house guest at her home. She said that Judith did not want to talk to us on the phone, but they too expressed the same sense of relief. We caught up with her last Tuesday when things were very different.
He's put me through hell, and I'm ready to come back from hell, and I'm bringing my daughter back with me. And how dare you? How dare you take her? How dare you ruin her life the way you already have?
Again, we've caught up with both of these women tonight. Neither of them can tell us that they have received any word on when these 4 might be returning to Michigan. Live in Allegan, Steve Kelso, 24 Hour News 8.
Steve, thank you. We are continuing to gather all the latest information for you from Baldwin to Allegan to Kokomo to Canyon, Colorado, piecing together what happened on this nearly 2-week run from the law. We are expecting to learn much more through the night. We will, of course, bring you those new developments on Daybreak starting at 4:30 tomorrow morning.
And switching gears now to the big national story of the night, and that was the vice presidential debate.
The race for president is getting tighter, and tonight's debate could mean a much-needed momentum boost for the candidate that comes out on top.
Our political reporter Rick Alvin joining us now in studio with a look at where things stand right now. Rick?
Well, they don't agree on much of anything. That's not new. What they have to say can impact voters in swing states. Those are the states that will make a difference in this race. Nobody's pulling any punches. The argument over who would get people back to work got heated, with Vice President Biden taking aim at that 47% remark from a few weeks ago.
What did Romney do? Romney said, no, let Detroit go bankrupt. We moved in and helped people refinance their homes. Governor Romney said, no, let foreclosures hit the bottom. But it shouldn't be surprising for a guy who says 47% of the American people are unwilling to take responsibility for their own lives. My friend recently in a speech in Washington said 30% of the American people are takers. These people are my mom and dad, the people I grew up with, my neighbors. They pay more effective tax than Governor Romney pays in his federal income tax. They are elderly people who, in fact, are living off of Social Security. There are veterans and people fighting in Afghanistan right now who are, quote, not paying any taxes. I've had it up to here with this notion that 47%, it's about time they take some responsibility here.
Joe and I are from similar towns. He's from Scranton, Pennsylvania. I'm from Janesville, Wisconsin. You know what the unemployment rate in Scranton is today?
I sure do.
It's 10%.
Yeah.
You know what it was the day you guys came in? 8.5%.
Yeah.
That's how it's going all around America. Look.
You don't read the statistics. That's not how it's going. It's going down.
This is his 2-minute answer,
look.
please.
Did they come in and inherit a tough situation? Absolutely. But we're going in the wrong direction. Look at where we are. The economy is barely limping along. It's growing at 1.3%. That's slower than it grew last year, and last year was slower than the year before. Mitt Romney's a good man. He cares about 100% of Americans in this country. And with respect to that quote, I think the vice president very well knows that sometimes the words don't come out of your mouth the right way.
The debate last week had a big impact on swing state numbers. Will tonight's? We'll find out when those numbers start coming in a few days. Susan?
Okay, Rick, thank you. It's win or go home for the Tigers tonight. It's Game 5 against the A's, and right now in the 6th inning, the Tigers lead 2-0. Jack Doles will have the highlights coming up later in sports. Now a look live at Grand Rapids tonight, where a windy day has turned into a rainy night. Chief Meteorologist Bill Steffen joins us right now with a look at the forecast. Bill?
Yeah, we've had some rain move through the area. It's been light rain, and a lot of the roads out there wet at this hour. Let's take a look at Storm Track Live and show you what's out there. Most of the rain right now is south of I-96 right in here. You can see much of it over Allegan and Berry County. Look at how it's kind of regenerating right over the lake giving it a little bit of a boost. But as drier air comes in from the north, this area will shift off to the south and weaken. We'll stop it here for just a second, see if we can do a little bit of tracking for you here. We track the leading edge of the rain into Battle Creek in about 33 minutes, to I-69 Marshall area about 54 minutes. I think, again, most of this should be gone by the time we hit daybreak. So here's the way it looks. Temperatures fall down into the mid to upper 30s by around daybreak. And we're up to about 48 at noon. We should see some sunshine tomorrow with light winds. Should be the best day of the bunch. But look what's coming over the weekend. Very windy conditions here, especially Saturday night and Sunday, with many of our computers printing out over an inch of rain for us. Coming up, we'll talk more about that and have the 8-day forecast.
You. It is the shocking video being played around the nation tonight. Did you see it? An aide on a West Michigan school bus trying to control an unruly 7-year-old by throwing him against the glass window. The video was taken by another student riding that bus yesterday, and since then we have learned the adult supervisor involved has been fired. She didn't work for the district, rather for a private transportation company based out of Ohio. The boy's mom says that her son had been acting up, yes, in the moments before the video is taken, but that nothing justifies the supervisor's reaction.
Begging for somebody to help him. And there's nothing I can do.
We attempted to contact that supervisor. She was not home at that time during the day, but this is what the woman's daughter had to say.
Because I don't know everything that went on in that situation. I know she wouldn't do it on purpose just to harm a child. She's not that kind of woman.
That woman involved does not have a criminal record. She's not been charged with anything. Both the police department and the school district say that there is another video that shows the moments before and after the clip that we see that explains a lot more of this story, but they won't show it to us, citing student privacy concerns. Coming up, we're going to show you how West Michigan firefighters memorialized their fellow firefighters who died in the line of duty.
Watching out for you on air, online, on the go. This is 24-Hour News 8. Watching out for you. This is Storm Team 8.
Little band of rain coming through the area. Rainfall amounts have been light. This is shifting south. You can see the rain has pretty much ended from Muskegon to around Rockford to Ionia. I think this line will continue to weaken as it sags off to the south. Live picture from downtown Grand Rapids shows we still have wet roads out there. I think the roads are going to dry off, though, in Grand Rapids by the time we hit 7-8 o'clock in the morning here, and will be a rather cool start to the day. There's again Storm Track Live. We'll stop the loop here for just a second and see if we can track the rain for you. It's just coming into the Battle Creek area. Should be clearing Calhoun County in about 57 minutes or so. If you track the line on down into the Coldwater area, we got about an hour, maybe 2 hours, hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours before you pick up any raindrops there. Early morning looks partly cloudy to mostly clear for Grand Rapids. I think we'll make it down in the mid to upper 30s by daybreak with a light north wind. Winds have certainly tapered off from earlier today. On the roof at GVSU downtown, a gust of 51 miles an hour. We had a gust to 47 miles an hour at the regional airport in Holland. We're tracking for you. A couple of showers come through tonight. There is a chance of frost, mainly in areas northeast of Grand Rapids tonight. Sunshine tomorrow with some light winds. We'll see a wet and windy storm over the weekend. A couple of our computer models printing out upwards of 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rain for us here from Saturday into Sunday. Here's the rain that's there now, and you can watch how this sinks south and kind of fades out. Skies start to clear by daybreak, and we'll be down in the mid-30s here as we start the day. Some clouds out over the lake. I think most areas will stay mostly sunny to partly sunny during the day tomorrow. High temperatures are going to make it up into the low to mid-50s, and with sunshine and light winds, should be a pretty nice day to be out and about tomorrow. I think tomorrow night temperatures again get down in the 30s before southerly air boosts our temperatures over the weekend. Tomorrow, a fair amount of sunshine, nice day, about 53 degrees. Wind should be fairly light during the day. Much nicer day at the lake. There were steady 30-mile-an-hour winds and 8-foot waves out there. Much better day for anybody wanting to go fishing off the breakwaters here during the day tomorrow evening. So tomorrow, a nice day. Rain pushes out tonight. There could be a scattering of frost northeast of Grand Rapids by daybreak. 53 tomorrow. About 59 late in the day on Saturday. We start to see some rain developing. Keep the umbrellas handy for this weekend. Showers, a possible thunder shower. The windiest period will come Saturday night into Sunday midday. We could see some gusts over 40 miles an hour. High chances for rain Saturday night especially, and Sunday. The weather turns more tranquil here for Monday and Tuesday. Got lots more for you, including sports, straight ahead.
Tonight, Michigan firefighters held the 12th annual Silent Night Memorial Service.
It's to mark the National Fire Prevention Week. This year's ceremony was held at the Alpine Township offices and followed by a parade of trucks. They say the purpose of the memorial is to recognize and remember any area firefighter, active or retired, that has passed away in the last year.
It's important to do just to remember those individuals that have served their communities. All the firefighters here, that's what they're doing. They're serving their community, and those that have passed away, it's just a way to honor those.
It was a tradition, the Silent Night Parade, that has its origins in the Chicago suburbs. The Grand Rapids Fire Department brought it to West Michigan more than a decade ago.
We now know of a death from the meningitis outbreak in West Michigan. A woman from Cass County died after getting a shot of the bad steroids at a clinic in Indiana. 6 Indiana clinics received the tainted medicine. It was not shipped to any clinics that are here in West Michigan. This is the 4th death from this outbreak in our state. 170 people have been sick, and nationwide, 14 total have died.
It is win or go home for the Detroit Tigers. Jack Doles has the highlights and bananas next in sports.
Well, last chance to end this thing. A's and Tigers playing Game 5 of their American League Division Series. Tigers have already failed to finish off Oakland twice. And tonight they've got their ace on the mound, Justin Verlander, and he has been brilliant in this game. Strikes out Coco Crisp to start it. He's been slaying those Oakland hitters. No score, 3rd inning. That's Austin Jackson driving to the gap. That's one hop off the wall. Infante scores, and the Tigers had a 1-0 lead. Runner on 3rd, then wild pitch. That'll score Jackson, and the Tigers with a 2-0 lead. And right now, through 6 innings, Justin Verlander, he's got 6 Ks, 8 Ks, 8 strikeouts. We're going to the 7th. Tigers lead at 2-0. In New York, a Yankee win, and they'll be headed to the American League Championship Series. And an emotional Joe Girardi, he just lost his father, and he is there managing tonight. This is Whitehall's Nate McLeod, 5th inning scoreless game. His first postseason homer, solo shot. Orioles up 1-0, bottom of the 5th. McLeod with his glove this time, goes back off, though he grabs it before it hits the wall, turns that into a double play. This game in the 12th, tied 1-1. McLeod definitely a factor. In the National League, Nationals live to fight another day, down 2-1 to the Cardinals, tied 1-1 in the ninth. Jason Worth got that fat free agent contract 2 years ago that he hasn't really earned. All is forgiven. Walk-off home run that extends the series to 5 games. Nationals win it 2-1. Game 5 tomorrow. Game 5 between the Reds and the Giants. San Francisco up 2-0, bases loaded. Buster Posey, grand slam home run. That gave San Fran a 6-0 lead, which they had to kind of hold on to. It was 6-3 in the 8th. Dainar Navarro, soft liner, 2 men on. Angel Pagan with a sensational grab. 6-4 Giants win. They win the series 3-2. In the NFL, a revelation from Lions receiver Calvin Johnson. He says he suffered a concussion against the Vikings and he returned to the game. Lions coach Jim Schwartz begs to differ. He says Johnson was checked out by team doctors and cleared to play. Johnson is expected to be in the lineup on Sunday when the Lions travel to Philadelphia. Thursday night football, Titans and Steelers in Nashville. 3-3 in the first. Ben Roethlisberger drops back, goes deep. Mike Wallace makes the catch. 83-yard touchdown. Steelers had a 10-3 lead. 4th quarter now, they were down 16-13. Handoff to Baron Batch, 1-yard touchdown. Steelers are up 23-16 late in the fourth quarter. Finally, it's another Thursday night. Time for a look at some of the good, the bad, and the ugly in the world of sports. Time to serve up another side's Pudding Bunch of Dole's Bananas. Hey, Banana Bunch, have you ever had it where you felt like somebody was just kind of watching over your shoulder?
Like you can say.
It can be a little disconcerting, but we've been looking over the shoulders of big leaguers all week long, and even in the postseason, they don't look the least bit phased. The boys have been flashing some serious playoff leather. Nationals shortstop Ian Desmond. Nationals third baseman Ryan Zimmerman makes the diving stop. In St. Louis, Daniel Descalso seems to vacuum up everything hit in his direction. Best play by a catcher, check out Russell Martin of the Yankees, quick as a cat. Best play by a first baseman, San Francisco's Brandon Belt hurls himself over the rail and hangs on. Fantastic, but the best of this bunch came in the outfield. Unfortunately, most of the guys were in green and yellow. Josh Reddick. Yoenis Cespedes makes the tumbling grab. If he would have done this against any other team, it would have been a top banana, but since he did it against Detroit, Coco Crisp is going to have to settle for third runner-up. Other home run thefts turned in by Washington's Jason Worth and Atlanta right fielder Jason Hayworth. Amazing, but not good enough to be crowned top banana. Not when John Jay makes a catch like this, in the playoffs no less. I can tell you right now, Tigers hold on and win this, and Justin Verlander keeps this up. He's our top banana. We'll just
keep Coco out of it.
88 pitches through 6 innings for Verlander. He's been pitching great. You know they'll extend him to about 125, 130. They're going to let him go.
Yeah, nope. You don't have a choice.
Right.
You got to keep him in there.
We'll be right back.
Now the rain showers move south and dissipate tonight. We should wake up to partly cloudy skies. Could be a little frost northeast of Grand Rapids. Temperatures very pleasant tomorrow, mid-50s with some sunshine. Big storm coming our way for the weekend. An update on that for you on Daybreak tomorrow morning, 4:30 to 7 here on Wood TV8.
We'll be watching it. Okay, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll have the latest for you on Daybreak and online at woodtv.com.